want to get all the Blox fruits in literally days? Well, this guide can help you do that, boys. If you enjoy, subscribe, hit that bell. All my socials are linked down below. Go check them all out, or else you suck. You'll never get all the fruits. I'm just kidding. But with that being said, boys, let's begin. So let's talk about the first method, and this is one that you can do quite a lot. It is the fruit dealer. I need some more money, by the way. I'm getting broke, but it's pretty simple. Every I think 2.5 to 3 hours, you can buy a fruit from the Blox fruits gotcha. You do have to be at least level 300 if I'm not mistaken, and the amount you pay depends on what level you are. So we're gonna buy one right now. Let's see just if we have any luck here. We have, oh, we got a rubber fruit. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Look, we can drop it. It's real, and we're gonna store it. There we go. And I can't store it. Okay, well, I feel bad for doing this, but we're gonna throw it out. But this is a very good method because it is pretty continuous, although you do need money, but money is not really that hard, and there's not really much of a risk unless you just don't have a lot of money, which I can make a full guide on how to make a crap ton of money because I can do it easily. But yeah, let's just go ahead and let's drop this in the water. Oh, and we missed. No, I'm sorry, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. I'm sorry. There it is. It's gone. But yeah, that's the first method. You can get literally any fruit from this. It could be a mythical to a trashy kilo fruit, okay? And yeah, boys, I would highly recommend this method because there is not a lot of risk that goes into it, and it's honestly pretty solid. So next, let's talk about a step up from the fruit dealer, the advanced fruit dealer. That's right, boys. There's a more advanced version of it, but it is very hard to find because the only way to find this dealer is that you have to find a Mirage Island, and then you have to find it on the Mirage Island, which is pretty hard considering how dark it is. But if you could find this thing, it is very much worth it. There are some huge upgrades from the normal gacha. Number one, you get at least 7 fruits on sale, but the big thing is that there is a way higher chance of legendaries and mythicals. And coming up next is the Blox fruits dealer. So this one's pretty simple. This is where you could buy permanent fruits, actually. So if you do want to just buy permanent fruits, you could do that. But another big thing is that every I think about 3 hours, you can get a fruit. You can buy it for $5,000. Man, I'm loving this. Anyways, $5,000, you can get a kilo fruit, and the higher the prices, the better the fruit is going to be. So as you can see, most of these are out of stock, but that's a given. I mean, Rumble's actually on sale, which is pretty surprising, but pretty decent method. In fact, you can actually get some pretty good fruits out of this if you're lucky. But let's take it one step further. What is better than a fruit dealer? An advanced fruit dealer. Now this one is actually a lot better, and we're going to explain why in a second, but first let's talk about how to get this thing. Number one, you need to find a Mirage Island, which is already so hard. It's one of those sea events, and they're pretty hard to get. But what's worse is that even if you find a Mirage Island, once you get lucky for that, well, then you have to find the actual dealer, which, as you know, it's probably going to be really hard considering the fact that it's going to be very dark. So keep that in mind. But if you do find it, you get at least 7 fruits in stock and a higher chance of legendaries and mythicals. So it could be worth it. Not for me. I would not do all that, bro. It took me weeks just to find a Mirage Island for a race before. So using it to get fruits is even harder, but it could be worth it if you ever find a Mirage Island and you already have V4 or something, or if you need V4, get V4 and then go to the advanced fruit dealer because it's going to be worth it. Now, it does end every 20 to 30 minutes if I'm not mistaken, and that's actually a pretty good thing, I'm not going to lie. But while we're on the topic of sea events, let's talk about another one that can get you a lot of money, and that's going to be the ship raids. So ship raids, it's like when 3 ships spawn while you're at the sea. And basically, you get rid of all the ships and you get fragments and stuff. But there's a 10 to 20% chance that you also actually get a fruit. And the fruit can really be good or bad, but I think it'd be worth it, especially because it's way more common than the Mirage Island. Again, you get the Mirage Island and the pirate in the exact same way. I'll demonstrate quickly. Just ride around in a boat until you find the thing. Again, Mirage Island's very low, but the sea raids are actually not that bad. I can find a lot, to be honest. But yeah, you can get some pretty good fruits out of this. It's a pretty solid method. As you can see, all you have to do is get on a boat and just ride around until you find it. Simple as that. But I actually came to this for a different reason. I came here all the way here, as you guys just saw, to the sea castle, and there's a reason for that, because our next method's gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna be the pirate raids. Now, this is different from sea raids. This one happens every hour and 15 minutes, and it is right here at the sea castle. Now, it'll say pirates are raiding the castle or something on the top, and you'll know it's starting. Just come here and kill the enemies. Now, this is pretty interesting because the only person that gets the fruit is whoever deals the last damage and basically kills the last enemy. Whoever does that basically gets a free fruit, and it could be really good. I've gotten Light before and Buddha from this. It's actually, I think the chances on this honestly seem pretty high compared to the other ones just because of that. But this one, all in all, it is pretty good, but it is pretty unfair because, you know, you do have to get like the last bit of damage. So you can literally do nothing the whole time, wait until the end, and then do damage, and then boom, you get a fruit, which is pretty stupid in my opinion, but it's still a pretty solid method. So if you guys ever are in a server in the 3rd sea and you see that pirates are invading the castle, go and kill the enemies. You might just get a very good fruit. I want to talk about something that's actually in the 2nd sea. It's the factory raid. Now, it's by like the cafe in the 2nd sea. Happens every hour and 30 minutes. It's basically like this raid, except it's not actually a raid, and you actually have to damage the core inside the factory. All you have to do is really deal a lot of damage to the core instead of doing the last blow to it. If you just deal the most damage, you will actually get the fruit as well. So that makes it more fair and honestly better in my opinion, but it is only in the 2nd sea in the factory, so do keep that in mind. I want to talk about trading. Trading is really an interesting way of getting fruits. There's videos out there of people going from kilo to leopard solely from trading. If there was a literal Pokédex for fruits in the game, like that show you like the fruits you discovered and all that good stuff, I think this would also be really good for as well, because you can just trade for fruits that you haven't seen or had before. But this is more so useful if you're trying to get a pretty good fruit, because you can just trade with someone that has a fruit you want, and you can trade them something in return, maybe a permanent fruit if you have that stored, or really anything else. So trading is one of the most efficient ways, but you do have to know what you're doing or else you might get scammed, and you have the most control over it as well. So I think that's what also makes it good. You know, you can find someone with a good fruit and trade something that they might want for something that you might want, and boom, fair trade. I want to talk about one that I personally don't do, but it could actually be very useful, and in the long run it could be really good as well. Picking up fruits. I've never done this before. I don't have the fruit notifier game pass, so I'd have to like memorize all the locations. I do not want to do all that, but if you buy the fruit notifier game pass for a very small price of only 2,700 Robux, you can find spawn in fruit. I forgot exactly how long it takes for it to spawn, but it spawns in every sea at a certain time. Well, after a certain time, I should say. Now, it'll tell you on the bottom of the screen a fruit is spawned, and it's like this far away. Basically, go in the directions until the number gets smaller, and as it gets smaller and smaller, that means you're getting closer and closer to the fruit. And once you find it, it could literally be anything. It could be a leopard, it could be a kilo fruit, it could be a dough fruit for all you know. But it's pretty efficient because, you know, it spawns in all the seas. It's more passive as well, so you can be doing other stuff, and then a fruit could spawn, which in my opinion is a very neat feature. Me personally, I just don't use it. I don't think it interests me that much, but for the average Blox player, it probably would interest you, so I do recommend you actually get this game pass if you want to get all the fruits in the game. And yeah, boys, use all these steps very consistently, and you're going to be getting every single fruit in the game in only days. So if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, hit that bell. All my socials are linked down below. Again, really hope this video helped. Go join the Discord server because we have a lot in there. Nice community with a lot of people that can help you get these fruits as well. And yeah, boys, with that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.